This March, we took a trip to England and Scotland. Follow along as we explore London, then head north to the Scottish Highlands. Our trip started at Las Vegas Airport, of course. We had a late night departure, so the airport was fairly empty. The trip is Mom and Dad's first time to the United Kingdom, and everyone was excited to begin our adventure.
You're supposed to keep walking.
Oh, okay. I thought you were taking a picture of it.
Grabbed a quick bite to eat, then it was time to board our flight to London.
Another picture of it. Oh, we're going. I can't believe it.
Flew non-stop on Virgin Atlantic. 10 hours later, we landed in London. Clearing customs and getting our luggage was surprisingly easy. Shortly after our arrival, we were wheeling our bags through the parking lot. We had arranged for a van to take us and all of our luggage to the hotel. We were up bright and early for our first day in London. We started with a delicious breakfast at the Royal Garden overlooking Hyde Park. The buffet was lovely, and the hot chocolate was delicious. It was a perfect start to our time in London. After breakfast, we joined a hop-on, hop-off bus tour. We sat on top despite the chilly morning breeze to get the best views. The audio guide taught us all about the city as we enjoyed our tour. We had to go back down to the bottom of the bus to warm up for a minute, but a few minutes later, we returned up to the top deck. We left the bus for good at Westminster Bridge. We wandered the bank of the Thames River and enjoyed the beautiful sunshine and the views of the Houses of Parliament and Big Ben. The Houses of Parliament were constructed in 1860, and although it sustained some damage during its numerous air raids of the Second World War, it was restored to the original Gothic style. After walking across Westminster Bridge, we boarded a river tour to take us up the Thames for a new perspective on London. We floated slowly under the various bridges and past St. Paul's Cathedral. It was a bit chilly on the boat, but the sunshine was nice. Passed by the financial district, and then the HMS Belfast.
Any other flags you've seen today that look like that? They're just called Union flags. It's the only Union Jack in London right now.
the Tower of London came into view. Our boat made a U-turn in front of Tower Bridge. This is Tower Bridge, not London Bridge. Confuses them. But Tower Bridge is 800 feet in length and can open to allow ships to pass. The boat swayed quite a bit as we staggered our way back to solid ground, but eventually we made it to the Tower of London. We toured the Tower of London and learned all about it from the Yeoman Guards. They gave us an interesting tour of the tower, its history, and its grounds.
Stop trying to stay in the sunshine. Come on. Come on. You won't be here long, I promise. 50 feet high. The outer wall behind you is 28 feet thick. It runs around the tower. The buildings that house them in, they're also known as the casemates. It's a word that we use to describe them, and that means houses within the walls. Anyway, the reason why we stopped here is to see your first house in the Norman Street, White Tower, talk about it.
After our tour ended, we went inside the various buildings, saw the historical exhibits, many suits of armor, weapons, even a dragon. We met one of the famous ravens of the tower. Legend says Charles II began keeping the ravens at the Tower of London, and if it is ever without its ravens, the kingdom will fall. The current tower ravens, Jubilee, Harris, Poppy, Georgie, Edgar, Bronwyn, and Rex. We didn't catch this guy's name, but he seemed to enjoy all the attention. We didn't get to see the famous changing of the guard outside Buckingham Palace, but the tower guards were an interesting substitute. The exhibits of the tower were spread across several of the ancient buildings and included several spiral staircases.
Spiral staircase backwards.
Cool that they have a robot that side of the house.
After spending all afternoon at the Tower of London, we made our way to Piccadilly Circus just as night fell. We saw the famous Trafalgar Square. From there, we walked to the National Gallery. We assumed it would be closed as it was after 6 p.m., but luckily for us, the gallery is open until 9 p.m. on Fridays. The gallery itself is beautiful and full of impressive collection of paintings by dozens of famous artists, including Leonardo, Michelangelo, and Raphael. We had a wonderful time exploring London, but in the morning we had to say goodbye and head to Scotland.